Shakam 215.
Yeah, this that.
Tom Meehan, Shakam TV. I'm joined by Toni Minichiello. I'm joined by Toni Minichiello, coach to Jessica Jess Ennis-Hill. Can you tell us about that journey as coach?
Wow. Oh, that's not a question I thought you were going to ask. It's a good 18 years of partnership, really. It started off when she was 13, and obviously through the junior years and doing championships like this here in Bedford, the under-20s, and then the under-23s, all as preparation for heptathlon, and thankfully finished with a few medals along the way at Olympic Games and World Champs. So yeah, it's nice to have had that opportunity to work with somebody for a real length of time, because a lot of coaches don't get that. Kids go off to university, so yeah, a good career.
Well, how does it feel to guide one of Britain's most decorated athletes?
It's quite a proud thing, and it's nice that an athlete you work with, that you can really add value to somebody, that you're able to, through your coaching, to give them those kind of outcomes. I mean, it's rare, because you're talking 1% and 1% stand on top of an Olympic podium. So to having achieved that, it's a lifetime's ambition for a coach as much as it is an athlete.
So today you're here with Alicia Barrett, who's second in, was it the under-20s?
Under-23, she's so not the result you want, second, but no, a good run, probably one of her fastest this season so far. She found it difficult really coming back from Commonwealth Games and competing in April, and then trying to really get a season going. So hopefully we turn a corner. She did her personal best in the 200 metres, which was a race in between the heat of the hurdles and then the final. So, and to lose the final by 200s, maybe that took the edge off. But hey, a good run. We'll sit down and we'll analyse that, and I'm sure she won't be happy, because nobody wants to come second, really.
And I think in the past you've said that, say, the athletes' careers are short, but the coaches' careers are always quite long.
Yeah.
How has your career changed since Jess left?
It's been interesting. It's a different position in terms of that, but you're still coaching people. So I'm enjoying most of the group that I coached when Jess was competing. It's still the group, so you're still coaching people. You're still trying to add value from that. The athletes come and go. That's what you do, but you keep coaching, and that it's fun. It's fun. Different people, different ambitions, different goals, different targets. It's all fun.
Obviously, being coaching Jess for heptathlon, what's it like being, say, a coach that has to have their eggs in so many baskets?
Well, you got to know your stuff, and you got to know. More importantly, you got to know what you don't know, and go out and find that, because coaching's that continuous education, and the training programs that suited Jess don't necessarily fit the other athletes. So you got to tweak. You got to look at the individual's qualities and strengths and weaknesses, and support them appropriately. So it's always a learning curve for a coach. You never stop learning, and you got to get out there and know your onions. There's another metaphor for eggs.
I just thought it might be funny thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so who are your up and coming athletes at the moment?
I suppose Alicia Barrett, Ella Barrett, John Lane was at Commonwealth Games. He did really well. Nikita Campbell-Smith in the 400, and then I've got a youngster who's a first-year under-17 throwing javelin, a couple of other heptathletes. So everybody is improving and moving forwards, really, and hopefully getting another couple of athletes coming to me next year. So we'll see at the end of the season who's who, but as long as they can continue to move forwards, as long as they're improving in some aspect of their event, and combined events allows you to do that, because there's different events.
And what do you enjoy most about being a coach?
The grief, the pain, the suffering, the stuff, the rough stuff you have to deal with, and problem solving. No, not really. It's just trying to help somebody achieve what their lifetime ambition is, and trying to move them forward so they can achieve. Because sport's such a small career for athletes. It's a small period of time in your life, and then once you pass a particular age and you decide to retire, you've got a whole life after that. So whatever experiences you can take from the sport, you can take them forward and use them in your day-to-day life.
Do you feel that coaches sometimes don't get the plaudits that they deserve?
I think the whole thing about coaching is undervalued and under-recognised in Britain, period, end of. It's as simple as that. And in no more place than athletics, it's not recognised anywhere near enough. You're reliant on a heavy volunteer workforce who will work a 9-to-5 job and then go down to the track and try and coach people and support that way. So, no, it's not recognised. Will it ever be? Well, that's the hope. And being on the members' council, you hope you can push the plight of coaches and try and improve that position, and hope that governing bodies. But athletics isn't alone in that. I think that's the case in a number of sports. There's too much of a push about medals and Olympic medals, and not about the hugely valuable work that coaches do throughout the spectrum of kids from as little as 5 or 6 all the way through.
What do you think can be done to, say, improve the level of coaching?
I think there's a desperate need probably for a coaches association. It's all about the learning process. It's about the welfare of coaches. So often we talk about the welfare of athletes, and I think that's an appropriate conversation to have. But do we not realise that coaches go through the same welfare issues, coaches that, and they do it for free? I'm not saying that coaches completely, whether it's all professional and paid and so on, but you know what? It should be something that the governing bodies are looking for, because if their results are deemed by Olympic medals, then you would think they would invest a little bit more in those people that coach the medals and coach the kids at the earlier stages.
Tony, thanks so much.
You're welcome.